Is your relationship worth saving? You might be a candidate for Date Night with Coach. For us, for relationships, for working with our couples, we always want to go back to that concept. But we talked about what's your why, right, with our couples. But we had to kind of evolve that principle, because the why that you have when you first get with somebody ain't gonna be the why that you stay with them 10, 15 years, 20 years later, right? So we changed it to understanding and evolving with your why. And so just think about that for a second, and I want to kind of hear that right there in the context of you guys in your relationships.
So evolving with it, right? So I'm just thinking out loud. For me, like our why was, I feel like this was God sent. We met at 12 years old.
Right.
Re-met at 31. No contact whatsoever in that time frame. None. I remember the name. That was about it. The social media guys put us back together, right?
Right.
Okay. But then, not only that, we came to each other when we both needed the exact same, we needed something out of each other, and we both supplied that need. So what she needed was somebody who was going to support her. She came from an unsupportive environment. What I needed was structure, because I'm a wild child. I'm out there, ain't no telling what's going to happen. My mind, I got a million ideas a minute. I need to go this way and have success, or I'll be going this way and it might work, might not.
A little bit
right?
of everything, right?
So, and that not just business success, but life, right? Life success. So when it came to that, we did, and then as it evolved, it became, I love who we are as a couple, but now I love who we are as parents, right? Because it's big, right? Because she had 2 kids when we met. They were 9 and 2. Right? I had 1. She was 11. We have 1 together, and we had that's a hard dynamic. I mean, we
can talk about that.
That's a dynamic. You want to get tested? Get some children that did not come from you, but you love them the same, right? Listen. And then how she treated my daughter and how I treated her sons was everything. Because you're not going to treat my daughter the wrong way. I don't care how much I love you. You ain't disrespecting my baby. And that was what you got to understand about me. Ain't nothing that good for me to watch somebody disrespect my baby. So, okay. And she felt the same way about her kids.
Right.
When it worked, it took our relationship to another level.
Oh yeah.
We got to one that and then what I tell everybody is that we had more flight hours than a typical couple, because we were both work from home entrepreneurs since we started this thing. So I'm with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single day.
Wow.
365. Because we both work from home in the same house. Only time I'm out, we're like doing events and things. But there's no, you go for 8 hours here, I go for 8 hours, we meet when we get back. No, we are in this thing together all day, my gym and my events were my only break. So I say, look, even though we only been married 9.5, I feel like we've got 20 years in.
Right.
Yeah,
because we probably got the same amount of time as somebody.
Right.
So we realized in the hard times that this is something that God put together for a reason. And we work to figure out what that reason is. We understand that business-wise, we can do anything we want to do together. We understand from a love perspective, we can heal anything we need to heal together, right? And then we understand from a parenting perspective, these kids will never ever understand what it's like not to be loved. They won't understand. They know love, and they will always be able to come to it. And we look at those things together and say, look, we are meant to be. But at the end of the day, we just love the mess out of each other, right? And it's just it always works, and it's not always good. It's not always easy. But when anything happens, we look at what God put together.
Yeah.
Do you think this is worth blowing this? And I like I did with a parent, I go out in the world with my wife's thoughts on my mind, like you go out in the world with your mother and your father's thoughts on your mind before you do something stupid.
That's real.
What my father gonna think if I do this? About to get in a fight. What are you going to do if I beat this boy up and I get kicked out of school? What's going to happen? I think about that before I throw these hands down when I'm in high school. But when I'm out in the world now, when I interact with this young lady, understand I'm a married man.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that. Understand I move different. And that's big for me because my whole life up until I was 31, my whole business life was predicated on entertaining women to get into parties.
Right.
So you talking about going this way and say, like, stop. No flirtation. No this, no that. And you got to stop everything cold turkey and still figure out a way to be successful in business when that was my bread and butter.
Right.
This is like, let me figure out how to play basketball, but you can't dribble.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got to be the GOAT.
Right.
You still got to be the man.
Like, baby,
But
pound that ball a little bit. I do it.
Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so heavy for me. And I said, if I figure this one out, ain't nothing I can't do. Listen. And for me, it was cutting off friends that in my mind wanted more, even if they didn't say it. I might have to fall back from her. All right. Now, friends that was genuine, that I knew wouldn't ever, hey, you stay in line. But the ones I had to fall back from them, not disrespect them, not cuss them out, not saying, get out my life forever, but like, I can't be calling her just for the heck of it. You know what I'm saying? And then for all that, you think about your why and you think about the moves you make. So I move different. And to this day, I move different. I'm not as social as I once was. That's what I did. That was my whole thing.
Right.
But now I take my mind and use other things. So marketing, businesses is more so my thing than marketing events where I gotta be convincing this girl she need to come to this party so I can make money.
Right,
Now it's, let me convince these businesses how they can make more money rhyming with me, right? But it's same energy, but just repurposed. Transferred because I'm thinking about that why. My why is evolving every day, right? And as it evolves, I gotta grow with it too.
Yeah.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
That's deep, man.
I'll let you go.
So hold on, let me go back to the core of the question.
Basically, understanding and evolving with your why. So when you think about your why with your wife, at the onset of y'all being together, and how that grows and changes and evolves, what does that mean to you? What does that look like?
Well, when we first jump into it, we don't got no whys. We end up at the goddamn altar. We don't know what the hell we doing. We just dead. People looking at you. You done spent all this fucking money you ain't never spent in your life before. Like you just doing dumb shit. You don't know what you jumping into.
Set you back.
Right. I mean, that's just how I started. I got married. I was 25, 26 years old. Like I was young. So over the years, it developed into my why. Like you said, I can piggyback on the raising the kids together and having something to lose, having something respectful to lose, and understanding this. And my biggest why is like, I know me and my wife can live together. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, that's something that people take for granted. Like, you can just think people expendable, somebody that you can lay in the crib with and be with, and after COVID, and you done went through this whole year of COVID with somebody.
Bro, you hit it on the head, bro.
Right,
You hit it on the head for sure.
That's real,
That's
right there,
like,
Jack.
and you think that you can just that's expendable to go meet somebody tomorrow and go work. It's fine and dandy when you got your own place and I got my own place, and when you get on my nerves, go fuck home and I can go. But when y'all living together like that, it's like, no, it's not expendable for me no
You
more.
hit it right there.
And that's like, I understand the why now is, and like you say, it's God given. Like, for somebody to, because everybody's not perfectly gelled together, but it's like, but we learn to understand each other to the capacity that we can have peace within each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, my household is never really an argument. It's like, we let it go. Now I'm getting to a level where I don't even let it really get to arguments no more. It's like, I let her have it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't need to force my opinion on you no more. If I know damn well what I'm saying and you don't get what I'm saying, I don't have to force it. It's like, all right, you know what? You don't get what I'm saying. Push the ego to the side. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep my peace beyond all means. You know what I mean? But
That's what's up, man.
So okay, so for me, I came into, you talk about blended families. When I met my wife, she had, of course, 2 boys. One is now he's like 25, and the other one is 20, same age as my son. Blended families. Tough. I watched two guys, him and Dante Jones, kind of show me that it was easy. From the outside looking in, they showed me that I thought it was easy.
I got this.
What? Yeah, okay, I can do this. So it's tough.
Yeah.
So our why, because it wasn't. It was family, but it wasn't family because she already had her two kids. I had my two kids. So we kind of, and they were all older. So we were like, we were almost on that verge of being empty nesters like we are now. So like you said, the why evolved. Before the why, I was like, all right, yeah, we're gonna bring this together, and we're gonna make sure this family is cohesive and we all on the same page and woo. But you also have outside forces within that family. So those outside forces kind of manipulated what was going on within the family. But we stuck together and we were able to deal with it and handle it. But the why began to change again because of everything around it. Because like I said, we have our core, but like you said, you got the outside forces. So your why has to adjust to whatever's going on. So right now we're empty nesters, right?
God bless you.
So our why has changed again. So I think our why is just to make sure that we secure our life so that we can be happy and we love each other and love life. Because I think all of us is probably 40 and over, right? Do y'all understand we live more than half our life already? Already? Our expectancy is probably what, 75?
I mean, yeah, late 70s, yeah. Somewhere.
I've been eating vegan lately, so I don't know.
I'm just saying. So
So
my wife and I had this conversation, and I'm just talking about the men, not the women, just the men. So we both are like, yo, we ain't got that much longer to live. So the why is just enjoying each other and having what? Say it again, Wayne. Peace.
And that's with that's with me. That's with anybody. That's with associates. That's with business partners. With everything.
Right.
I expect it now.
But it starts at home.
No, it starts at home. You ain't got it home. You can't go outside the home with it.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's that peace, and that peace that withholds anything that everybody understands. It's just that peace. And so once you have that peace, you can just live. We travel now. Like we are. We out. We are out.
You just gotta understand.
You know what I mean?
That piece is not cheap.
It's
It's
not.
not like
But
a
it's
lot
worth
of people.
it.
Like I'm saying, it's like people that never understood it will do things not understanding what peace is to disrupt your peace. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta understand it when you realize somebody. A lot of people never really understood that. They never felt peace before. You know what I mean? So it's like they have no problem with just. It's like having table manners, and you just don't understand that. Though it's a fork, it's a knife, it's appropriate thing for some appropriate things when it comes to peace. And
you make decisions on how you move based on is this going to disturb my peace or not?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like I see friends out, I say, oh, I like that, but I don't know. I don't know.
Right,
That's
like I said, your peace is in your core of is where you live. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you don't want nobody. Once you find that peace, you're like, dude, nah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
When it comes to peace, jealousy and envy cannot even be within you because you realize that if you see somebody with something, it might take my peace within me. Like I can never be jealous of something that another man had because I'm at peace.
Peace.
I know that I don't even know where he has his even that peace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
You don't even know if you're happy with that.
if I got peace, I'm cool. It's like I'm in line with my purpose right now and with God. So it's like when I'm at peace, it's God telling me I'm right in alignment where I'm supposed to be at. Perfect timing. When I'm out of peace, that means I'm out of alignment. Now I got to figure out what's disturbing my peace, and I got to attack that to fight it back for me.
Like
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fellas,
You ain't say your piece. Your part.
listen, man. I can give you a lot. I'm gonna try to condense it because I got something I want to throw at y'all in a minute. So what I have learned about my wife, it ain't take me long though, but she shows it to me over and over and over and over again. Y'all seen Woman Gang?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gonna go hard, man.
Right.
Like, she ride or die for this guy. You know what I mean? And against whoever, up against whatever. And so, a person like me, that's all I need.
I didn't want to talk about that, but I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
So, being a giver, being somebody who's going to go and go get it, being somebody who wants to galvanize it and bring folks together, you need somebody that's going to be in your ear like, yeah, you can't trust that one.
Yeah.
You need somebody that's going to be in your ear like, babe,
Sure.
yeah, look, we need to do this. Let me tell you something. What we doing right now? 2015, I was in the middle of a custody battle. I was in the middle of just, coaching and trying to build a business, right? To make sure my kids got picked up from school. She cut her hours from work and ultimately left her job. Right? And her leaving her job caused some outside people to, of course. She ain't got to work, right? So all the stones been thrown at her, and she been taking them joints. She been taking them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some folks that I had done business with, that she actually, I end up, when somebody know you, right? Like you the club,
Yeah.
you doing the party. It's people gonna show up and like, yo, where Curt at? Curt, let me in the back door.
Right.
But that process is in place, right?
Of course.
And so when we decided, okay, she gonna manage my schedule, she gonna manage this, and this. But it's people that know me and think they gonna call me like, yo, can we get an appointment? Can we do this? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Call Ebony. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody don't like that. But again, going through the crap that we went through and realizing that at the end of the day, she gonna stand up. She gonna try to jump in front of me to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to throw her back. I'm gonna have to fight her so I can go fight for her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those things let me realize, like, yo, she the one.
Yeah.
And when she upset with me and she mad, I let her have it. Whether it's I believe it's warranted or not, I give her that respect to have that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, my why has been, I've gotten to a place where I recognize that there's nothing that supersedes who we are to each other. Now, baby boy has been the glue. Again, blended family. You know what I mean? I had 3, she had 2. We come together. Baby boy sealed the deal and became a glue because, excuse me, as all the things that we were going through from the time we've been together up until this point, Amir is kind of symbolic of triumph. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want to see us fall apart. You know what I mean? And so this little dude who is built like me, look like her, you know what I mean? It's like showing the world like, no, we gonna be here. We ain't going nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? So that why is and again, everything that we're doing and the sacrifices that she make, man, and again, if y'all would have seen it at the retreat, man, she locked in and she dug in and she worked her tail off, beginning to end. And all my crazy ideas, again, I think while I'm asleep. So I wake up in the morning and on the ride down the bottom, I'm texting her like, babe, well, we call, like, hey, I've been thinking about this, and this. She's like, you crazy, but she roll with me. Every crazy idea I come with, she roll with me. And that's my boo, man. I love her, man. So that why is one of those things where I take them punches from her, but I know good and well she ain't gonna let nobody come at me. She got me.
You need that glue.
Yeah, the converse is ladies' night. So I said, all right, babe, ladies' night. Remember we talked before, like, look, we need you to kind of lead. She was like, that's your thing, you're the therapist. I said, all right. So we kind of talked about, and I gotta tell you this. So, Jason, who's gonna come and do the live podcast, we went down to DC to their 1 year anniversary of their show.
Yeah.
And we were in there, and again, my mind, like, we're gonna get down here, we'll take a couple pictures with him and his wife, because they're gonna be doing a live show, promo, whatever. And I'm like, okay, as we sitting there, they got a couple from a reality show on there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got Kyle Arrington and his wife up there.
Mm-hmm.
Before they brought him up, they called like, let me get a volunteer couple to come on. I'm like, come on, man, let's go up there. She's like, I ain't doing that.
Right.
I'm like, yo, I got mad because I was like, yo, we here to push our stuff, so we got to bop. And I was like, yo, you want to live that life? We got to bop. I'm like, yo, we trying to get it.
Right.
And I cut her. You know what I mean? And she shut down. I was like, dang. But then when they got up there, the game they was playing, they called it sex prov. Like improv, right?
Right.
So they had the reality show couple, Arrington and his wife, and the couple that volunteered. And they would give them a scenario, right? And then they would
Act out the
they would
sex.
have they would have not act it out, but they like whatever the conversation was. Like one of them was like, y'all about to get down, and then you realize she ain't showered. She got some little booty, little, they call them dingleberries.
Yeah,
you know, them booty
They
holes.
trying to
Right,
make
right.
you go home upset.
So,
Right, exactly. Good job, you did.
so the context of that, right? Is I'm sitting there, I was like, yeah, she would have never did that,
Right.
right? And I was like, yo, you tripping?
You saved yourself.
No, but just for me, it was more like, damn, because I'm locked in.
You locked in now.
You know me.
Yeah.
When I get locked in at every level, when I get locked in, like I wasn't even the head coach when we were together at Emerson.
Okay.
But like when I get locked in, I'm like, yo, let's go. I'm like I dial in and so I had to realize like, yo, I'm really locked in. But she, even this form, she ain't 100% comfortable.
Yeah, she's just not comfortable. That's it.
So I was like, all right, babe. You know, after we got past, she was mad as shit at me. And this was 2 days before the retreat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for this retreat, but nigga, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't. And so what I got from that, I was like, man, you know, do the guys' night, but I want to have a contrast. You know, with I said, all right, cool, babe. You know, you're dealing with hospitality. You're making sure that you're creating an awesome environment for everybody. And this is my thing. I definitely want to have you beside me, and I'll figure out a way to just make sure that we can make it work. So I said, all right, cool. And I told her, I said, all right, so I'm gonna reach out to some women, see if we can get some ladies to come on and do ladies' night. And I said, I'll just facilitate. So again, she wasn't doing it. She was gonna be in there.
Right.
But I was gonna
Facilitate.
just ask questions and let them talk. She hit me like, oh, so you're just gonna sit around and talk to a bunch of chicks? No, what is you talking about? No, what is you talking? You know, so but again, that idea that nah, I said you didn't want, so you didn't want to participate? You gonna be there. You gonna be in it.
Right.
I'm just gonna ask the questions. And so
Well, you could just let her handle it.
But she not comfortable.
That's what I'm saying.
She ain't comfortable
That's what I'm
enough to
saying.
handle
And so for me as the clinician, and again being the facilitator, I'll do that. But you know, understanding like kind of how we work together, man. You know what I mean? She tolerated my madness, Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, cause you expect like the shit he talking about is like he talking about we gonna go skydiving and he just go here like we gonna jump out the plane. He expect her to jump out the
jump
plane.
out with him.
He gonna jump plane 'cause
We
she
woke up
up there
there.
like everybody
I be
not
locked in,
like
man.
right, you
But
know.
the
I'm
wild
locked in,
thing,
man.
the wild thing with us is that we're both entrepreneurs. We're both heavily focused on chasing our own dreams.
Yeah, brain.
But the problem comes when I need you to help me build my brand. You need me to help you build your brand, and we button heads on who's doing what, when, and who's more important.
Who's more important?
In that moment.
And
That's balance.
That's the tough part, though.
That's balance.
it's
That's tough.
hard.
That's balance.
So I try to defer to make hers more important, but then I get in my feelings if she don't give me the same help.
The way you think it should be coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was funny the other day. I had an issue with my payment account. We was texting.
All right.
She set it up, right? So I'm like, I don't see payments coming in, and I was like, my man has never not paid.
Mm-hmm.
So my man said he paid, but I don't see it. And then I looked, I didn't see no payments coming. All I saw was payments from 3 years ago.
Wow.
Because I was looking at the wrong account. It's my old account. I was looking at I was like, yo, hold on, I got a lot of payments not showing. It ain't just one. But I needed her help.
Mm-hmm.
So she stopped and jumped on it right then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, we good, bro.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was trying to communicate. I needed you to, because I need to know if I need to run to this company and say, hey man, y'all done messed my money up. Right? You know what I'm saying?
No, right.
So I said, let me call somebody I know and trust. Because if he say he paid, he paid.
Right.
So I was like, all right, my man say he paid, so what I'm gonna do? Right? And I'm looking at her like, I don't know. This is your thing. You did this. But for her business, I do everything behind the scenes. All her videos, all her design work, every venue, everything else. All she gotta do is
Show up.
Show up. And she teaches financial courses, right? So she teaches financial education. I can't teach that.
Right.
But I can make sure when you show up on camera,
Make it look good, right?
you kill 'em.
That's the job.
But here's where the blessing came. Because I started doing that for her, that's how I started creating this business. Because her videos were looking so good. People said, who's doing your marketing? Who's doing your videos?
Wow.
At first, I was like, just, don't say nothing right now. Because I didn't know that I wanted to do this. And then she was like, yeah, well, my husband did it. And he was like, well, what's his prices? I'm like, I don't got no prices. I don't know. You my person, like I said.
Yeah.
But this whole thing now, man, I'm literally, like this week alone, booked up every single day because our purposes finally started to intertwine. Okay?
That's
And that was big.
That's big.
You don't know what God working on.
Oh.
And it ain't easy either. And I'm like, yo, man, why can't we just, like, why is it always a fight on whose thing is the biggest, who's...
But I got something for you.
Yeah.
Part of our struggle was people looking at us sideways because you can ask that. Her thing is, you ask a kid what you want to be when you grow up. She wanted to be a wife and a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what she wanted to be.
Oh wow.
She took all AP classes in high school. I ain't take not a one. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to be a wife and a mother. And so when we came together and she got to a place where she was able to, focus on that and also kind of get under me and propel what we were doing. She'll say sometimes, Coach Manoff, that's your thing. No. When you look at where Coach Manoff was prior to Ebony and where Coach Manoff is now, that ain't my thing.
Right.
Because none of this will be going on.
That's how I think.
Whatever.
It's y'all think together now. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's just funny because she called me her co-CEO at her big retreat. She had a retreat.
That's good.
And I wasn't even focused on, I'm recording, I'm helping. It's an outdoor retreat. It's cold outside. We doing a fireside chat. She's like, I just want to really thank you for being my coach. And I was like,
That's all. Right.
You know what I'm saying to me?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's 35 people out here.
Right.
And you say something, but it's, but we don't do it. Whenever we do something for our women, we're not doing it to beat our chest.
We're not.
We
We're
wanna
not.
see them, we want to see them happy.
See
We
them
wanna
succeed.
win.
That's it, man.
And we got women who want to see us win.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the process getting there might be ugly, it's worth it. And it works.
Yeah.
It works well.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So man, listen. You just segued me real good into this next point, right? This next kind of thought. Excuse me. So there's a concept, right, that I think society has perpetuated over the years, and it kind of manifests itself negative connotation, sometimes positive. But I want to hear from you guys on what are your thoughts on this concept. I'm gonna throw it out there to you. When you hear about that strong woman, and particularly that strong black woman, what are your thoughts on that? And again, there are some positives, obviously, and then some negative connotations and undertones to that term as it relates to relationships and all of that. I just want to hear from you guys. What do y'all think about that term and how society kind of puts that out there and kind of perpetuates that?
You saying strong woman or strong black woman?
Strong black women, particularly.
Okay, strong black woman. we going back. That's a strong word. It goes back to the realm of slavery. It's like the further you go back, it goes back. Like strong women, they done had their backs broke for many years, and you gotta think. Even when they was going through slavery, imagine what they was putting up with after. Like, they still had relationships. You know what I'm saying? So they still was dealing with real shit, like, from the men, even when they was going through the torture they was going through, but they was still going through real life shit on top of the bullshit that they was going through. So that's the backbone of the structure that they come from. You see what I'm saying? So some women, you know, I'm the type where I never really would be into a fully submissive female. Because I'm the type where I'd rather want to see rather what you rather do than what I want you to do. So I'm not really much on telling you and putting my foot down, because me putting my foot down, it's like fear. It's like it's feeding my ego. I'm ready to be vulnerable to say I'm gonna fall back just to watch you and see what you rather do without me even telling you what it is. And you know, that's the most scary part about it, because that's actually putting yourself out there fully vulnerable to watch what path somebody actually gonna go in, whether you like it or not, but you're gonna see what they rather do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a long road to walk down. I mean, if you're ready to do it, you know what I mean? But
I think you hit on it. Strong black female. Check this out. How about black female? Because every woman, we can say black, is probably the strongest being on this earth. That's what, like, for us to label them as strong black female, because one, they're emotional creatures. We all know women in general are emotional creatures. And for them to handle the stuff that they have to handle on a day-to-day basis is something that we could not deal with. Right? Because we're physical. You know, as men, we're physical. So the emotional piece, the emotional beatdown that they deal with on a day-to-day basis, whether your woman is submissive at home or whether she's strong at home, she's a strong female, period, because of the emotional we can't handle the emotional stuff. And we can talk about it all day. We can't handle it. Right. You know what I mean? So for us to say strong black female, like I said, a lot of females become submissive because they want their man to be the head of the house. It's biblical. Right. The man is supposed to be a head of the house, and the female is supposed to support. But understand, support. If there's no support, there's no structure.
Right? You heard my video the other day, right? Hold your hands up.
Yeah.
I mean, support.
If there's no structure. So that's why the female is the base of the home, but the male is the king of the home. So when we talk about base, if the base ain't right, because we always talk about they say happy, huh?
The woman is the base, the man is the face.
There we go. Okay,
you gotta be a rapper.
But hey, you know what? But that's it. Because I commend my wife day in and day out. Baby, thank you for letting me look good in public.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to say,
I'm just showing up.
Right, at the end of the day, I'm like, baby, what you gonna do?
Well, that's our job anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't looking good in public, she ain't gonna stay with you.
Right.
Yeah. So
shit ain't gonna last.
Right, man.
So yeah, she allows me to be the man in public, and then you know I'm at home. This is her house, but but like you said, the women is the base, the man is the face. Bro. So I love that.
But you know what's one of the major key components? Like even for the years I've been with my wife, in our earlier years, she used to bitch and get on me about all the things that was continuing for my growth. Like I used to go against her with the most dumbest shit, but it was always best for me to just listen to her what she was doing. And it's crazy, but then like now we got in our 40s, it kind of like switched. Now it's like me telling her like what's best for the situation now. But
because you listen to her now.
Now it's
right,
like
that's what it is.
I've got wise now.
You got wise.
You telling her
from
now, like listening, right?
So in the traditional, you know, I guess globally thought of term strong black woman, I probably married one of the stereotypical strongest, right? Not a secret, when we married, she was already a millionaire. She was a documented millionaire when we married. I didn't know.
Right.
Now I didn't know. Well, sorry, when we started dating, I didn't know.
Right.
I knew she was doing well. I didn't know how well. I found out, But we were already months in before I realized, like, you did what?
Right.
Like,
What we doing here?
but now here's the flip side. I never had that in my life before. I was always the man. I was always getting it. I was always, hey, I got you. Come on, stay with me. Or, you know, I take care of this. I take care of this. I take care of that. But when you deal with somebody who don't need it, it's different. So I remember the Jay-Z and the R. Kelly song where they was like, you know, it's different when we both got money. Right? When we both broke, we both broke.
Right.
Right? But when one broke and one not, one needs the other.
One needs the other.
Right?
Both got it.
Both got it. Then you gonna see.
Right.
But for me, it's so many levels to the phrase.
Levels.
Because you think
like
financial, okay, great. You think face of the relationship, who's wearing the pants. Okay, that's another level. But then you have to look at how your children view her. And one thing that we noticed,
there's two things, Curt, I gotta remember.
is that I noticed is that my wife is grinding it out. I'm grinding it out, but my kids only register that it's me doing it, and it ain't. She's getting this. So I have to let them know, mommy's doing this. Mommy's doing this. I gotta explain this to them because they see me out more. That don't mean more money. That don't mean more this. That don't mean more that. She handled everything that need to get handled. So it ain't like she's ever lacking on anything. I'm the go-getter to go get stuff. We have different ways to go after it. But physically what they see is me gone. I'm not home tonight. She took them to practice tonight, right? She took them to this tonight because I gotta go work. Right? But no, mommy still gets it, right? So like I said, it's so many levels to it, but then it's strong. The last level is it's what Ebony is to you, is strong in support of me. That's another level of strength. Because I got some wild, crazy ideas. I'm at times can be a hothead for my ideas, for my love, for whatever I have. And she got to ride with it. She got to ride with it. I told her first 5 years of our relationship, I was in a fist fight once a year. And she was thinking to myself, this ain't going to work. Right? And none of which I started. But I didn't know how to diffuse a situation when you came at me like that. I got to know, we're going to have to square up. Right. But I grew out of it, right? But you know, it's take a lot to stand next to the man doing that. And see me in it. Right? And then what's that conversation like on the way home?
On the way home, yeah.
Because winning the fight is not winning.
It's not winning.
You lost in the grand scheme of things. You lost a lot. And you losing respect if you keep doing it as a grown man.
There's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of questions. Right? So there's so many levels to it. So when I say strong, I don't look at it as derogatory. I don't look at it how, you know, whoever can say what, because I don't question my own strength.
I like that.
I know what I've been through. I know what I'm willing to go through. I know what I'm willing to sacrifice. I think I'm strong as they come. No disrespect, because that don't mean putting you down.
No, I get it.
It's 4 kings in the room, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't one king, you know. But I think I'm as strong as they come. So, listen, I need somebody like that, and I didn't know I needed it. That's why I didn't know I needed to get married. I ain't know. I was like,
and so what happened was the strength you had as an individual, it's been multiplied.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's scary.
Because you got
scary.
Yeah.
It's like we fighting these couples books, this couples motivational, because we both speak in professional speakers.
Right.
We have toyed with it, but have never gone all out with the couple speaking engagements and all this stuff. We like, no. But it's like, just because I run the ball don't mean I ain't got this cannon. Right? Don't mean that I can't hit you for 90. Right? Don't mean that. And this is one thing we just waiting to pull out. So right now I'm Lamar right now, right? But trust me, I can, you know, Jalen Hurts can whip that thing every once in a while. So we have that as a dynamic, as a couple, that it's a strength that we have together. We both strong. We both met through this, and we both still going through it. Still living a lot of life. Still messing up.
Right.
Still making some business.
How you go if you don't mess up, man?
Man, all the time, right?
How you go if you don't mess up?
And you know, from a strength perspective, man, I definitely think she's a strong black queen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So two things you said kind of goes into what I was thinking, right? So, you know, society has kind of pegged this strong black woman thing in a way, a divisive way,
Yeah.
Really?
to really make women feel like they don't need men.
Mm-hmm. The down man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yep.
And so again, a part of my evolution and understanding, you know, post divorce and remarriage, dating and all of that, when you hear a woman say, "Oh, I don't need you, I don't need you, man," don't no real man want to hear that. Because you may have a good job and you may not need my money, but everybody needs somebody at some point for something, right? But if you're walking around with a chip on your shoulder with this mentality and this idea that I don't need nobody, I don't need nobody, I don't need nobody, so what you trying to come over my house for? You know what I mean? And so what I realized and got to a place where I was like, yo, marriage, I ain't getting married no more. But you think about cavemen getting hit up, you know how they grab a woman, hit them with the club and drag them. That's what she did to me, like theoretically. Like that's kind of proverbial what happened.
Right.
Like I was anti, like no.
I mean, you both. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, what is going on here? You lived through the whole thing.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
I was there.
And I was like, yo, yeah, this is the
there.
one. This is it, oh.
I was there.
Like, and so getting to that place, and she probably forgot that she told me this. One of the conversations I had with her, I was like, what is your biggest fear? My biggest fear is being alone for the rest of my life. Because again, as a single mom, doing her thing, taking care of kids, you know, but what did she say her desire was? To be a what? Wife and a
A
mom.
wife and a mom.
And the pseudo arrogance in me, she ain't came across of me.
Yeah, you know it.
She hadn't come across of me.
Right, are you?
You know what I mean? And so the prospect of being alone forever was real because she hadn't come across of me. You know what I mean? So I fixed that. Next thing you said, Curt, the way the kids see things. It's so crazy. You talked about your kid. So with my other three kids, I was in a position where I tried to do everything. Be the super dad. I had some of the traditional mom. I did my daughter's hair, all that kind of thing, right? With this little boy right here, we play sports, we wrestle, and I mind my damn business. I don't care what he wear. I don't care about none of that. I cut his hair, but conversation the other day, he was like, Dad, something about the house. It's your fault. You bought this house. It's messed up. You shouldn't have bought it. I said, son, we only got this house because your mother wanted it. No, but it's your fault. And I was like, yo, it don't matter. His mother is gonna be right. She was sitting right there. She was like, yeah, but I did want the house. No, Mom, it's his fault. So that's one of those things that like, but there are times where she's kind of getting on him and he try to lash out at her. And I be like, yo.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? so like no matter what, you ain't gonna cross her. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's one of those things where I recognize that she needs to be on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But I also make him understand that's my girlfriend too. Even though he asked, Mom, can I just kill him so I can be your real husband? Like, you know,
Right.
he's sick, so he in that mode, man.
Right.
So it's you know, I think the strength piece, what I'll say for my wife and what I think is really profound is that when we talk about strength, society pegs strength as one of those things where independent, right? Independent, I don't need nobody.
You talked about that.
Yeah.
But the biggest strength is being vulnerable.
Yep, is
Right. The biggest strength. The biggest strength. You said that at the beginning about men. The biggest strength is not being in control.
Yep.
The biggest strength is accepting support, accepting help.
Because we not in
You know what I
control
mean?
of nothing.
Exactly.
Not
You have the
So-
power to let power go.
Man,
I mean,
woo!
listen, we only here to make.
That is power.
We only got the choice of free will, so we only can let the circumstances come in front of us, and you got a choice to make within the circumstances that come in front of you. But you don't control the circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
How
So
you deal with it, right?
even to piggyback what you saying about even like the dynamic in the household with the kids. Me personally, I simplify it. It's not really about capitalism to me with money and this and that, or associated with gender roles. It's all about masculinity and femininity. You see what I'm saying? Like anything that's masculine, I gotta be the bad guy in the house. Cause sometimes I'm logical. I'm the most logical one in the home. She's more feelings based. So when she's off the leader with the feelings, I gotta balance it out with the logic. You know what I mean? Which makes me the bad guy all the time. You know what I mean? But that comes a part of being the father and being the masculine one in the house. You know what I mean? So my important thing is like giving the kids understanding of the masculinity and the femininity in the house, where they got a pure understanding of where the pure nature of a female come from and the pure nature of where a male come from. You know what I mean?
I like that.
So look, man, I appreciate you guys. All right, we're gonna wrap up by just asking each of you to kind of share some nuggets of wisdom, man, that you would have to some single, married, young, old folks that you know, this is relationship based you know, commentary. So what would you share to folks, you know, about their relationships as it relates to, you know, growth and, you know, the concepts that we talked about with communication, conflict resolution, understanding your why, or anything that you particularly would have to share?
I'm gonna say the key component with me, with the understanding my why and dealing with long-term relationships, and even for people that's single, that's have the ambition of being into a long-term relationship, is patience. Is you got patience to understand your why, and sometimes your why don't always come to you, but you got to have the patience to persevere through the circumstances to get to your why.
I like that. For me, date your spouse. When I say that, only because I'm an empty nester now. So when I go out,
You keep saying I'm a little jealous. I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Right, I'm hating.
I'm gonna let you know right. I'm
I'm
trying to
trying
tell you.
hating.
I'm trying to tell you.
I got at least 8 more years.
I'm trying to tell you, like it's awesome because we, like, any given day we go on a date.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And like actually probably more than we want to. We spend most money dating, just going out, venturing off. But I also, and when I post this, my wife's a poster. She likes social media. So when I go out, we take pictures. I always say I'm out with my girlfriend. So I'm dating her.
Got it.
You know what I mean? It's no longer, that's not my wife. When we out, that's my girlfriend. Cause I always want to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you gotta always keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it, man. And just enjoy life. Patience. I love it. You know what I mean? Because like you said, everybody evolves. And you talk about your why always changes because we're all evolving.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have to continuously learn because I can be stuck in my ways. And my wife tells me I'm stuck in how we were when we first started. But we started evolving, especially when we become empty nesters.
Yeah.
And you talked about everything you're doing as a parent. Guess what? It's going to be a time.
You ain't gotta worry about that.
You ain't got to worry about them.
Now what?
Now what?
He's preaching now.
Now what?
Now what?
Right.
Now, and I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to be honest. My first marriage, I don't know what the hell I'd have did after my kids left. I have no clue. Because it was all them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, entering into this relationship where we only had a short period of time where we were both parents before everybody left the house. I was like, you know what I mean? I have to always keep it spicy and always do things, but I always just date her.
Yeah.
While you got the kids, just date her. Find a date night.
Women love vacation.
Right. Just date.
Yeah.
Just date. That's my thing.
Right. I agree with you.
I don't have anything to one up anything they've said because they spot on, right? They spot on. I just would like to add that there's a oneness that comes with a relationship where to me you become one. That means that how you treat your woman is very reflective of how you treat yourself.
Come on, man.
What? So when you start thinking about what you're doing to her, remember, eventually you're doing it to yourself. So I just keep that in mind as I approach every day. She's a piece of me. This is not me and her, this is us.
Yeah.
And how am I going to do this with, how are we going to do this together? My mind, because I took divorce off the table from the start, because I didn't want to do this anyway. I didn't want to get married until I met her. Now I'm only doing this one time.
Right.
Yeah, I would never do it again.
And she's always, hey, we gonna be together in the afterlife. So this ain't even the end.
This ain't right.
You die?
Right.
You wait, I'm coming.
He going to the
Hold on.
He going
Watch
to the
you.
pearly gates.
Yeah,
Where you going?
Hold on till I get there.
I just think that there's a oneness
That's
to
what's
it,
up, man.
and you have to think to yourself, when you make this commitment, you're committing to growing together as one.
Yeah.
And from there,
Oh, yeah.
you move different, and you move with a lot more respect, and you do love it. So, yeah. But I appreciate y'all, man. Definitely, because every time I come, I get the beauty of being behind the camera, and even when in front of the camera, I'm still learning. And I know we're gonna be learning until we die, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
You gotta be committed to that.
And
Right.
to me, life is learning. So, as the more we learn, the more we live. So I just appreciate y'all, man. Definitely.
Oh, no
Yeah.
doubt.
So
You already know.
Yeah, you
so
already
listen,
know.
man. I appreciate y'all coming,
Yeah.
man.
This was awesome.
Like,
I'm trying to
so
tell you.
again, the concept of date night is obviously, Ebony and I with another couple, but I felt it necessary to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Guys' night out, man. Because having an opportunity for married men to have an opportunity to sit and talk our shit, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
But honor our queens and also give some perspective on what we deal with, how we visualize and how we see our relationships and our evolution, into the men that we are in our relationships, man. So I appreciate y'all, man.
No
And
doubt.
we gonna keep this moving. It's gonna be hard for me to get 3 other dudes to come sit here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard, so don't be surprised if I be like, look, we gonna just keep
They
this
gotta
rolling.
understand
Keep it going.
sometimes.
I appreciate
I
y'all.
enjoy
man.
it.
It's worked well.
Absolutely,
I enjoy it.
man.
Definitely, man.
Thank
Let me
you,
wrap
thank
it
you,
up.
thank
Let me
you.
wrap it up. Let's go. Let's get it.